5 shots that you can take at a wedding with a drone, okay? 5 shots you can take at a wedding with a drone. A lot of people want to get a drone, but they don't know how to use it at a wedding. So I'll show you guys how I use a drone at a wedding and how you guys can take some of my tips and use these tips for your videos, okay? Use them for your wedding videos. So when you get a drone for your wedding videos, you can charge more money. You can charge way more money than somebody who's not using a drone, just because of how it adds that, you know, cinematic feel to your wedding films, to your wedding highlight films. So I'll be showing you guys 5 ways you can use 5 shots that you can take at a wedding with a drone that you can't take otherwise if you don't have a drone. So here we go. Shot number 1 is the establishing shot. So an establishing shot is a shot that you know, you establish your location, your venue, where the wedding is taking place. It could be at the house when the bride is getting ready, the ceremony, the reception. You can do all those establishing shots with a drone that you can't do otherwise with another, you know, stabilizer or whatever. These are like aerial shots. So a drone is good for establishing shots when you're establishing your venue, your location, introducing your audience to the venue, to the location. So that's one of a shot that you can take with the drone, the establishing shot. And it just adds more value, more cinematic, more production. It just ups the production value of your video, okay? So yeah, so that's the establishing shot. So that's number 1. Number 2 is walking with the couple. So you could do a walking with the couple with a drone, whereby you may be moving, you're tracking them side by side. They're walking like this, going that way towards the camera, going that way, and the drone is right here tracking them, going this way with them, okay? So you could do a shot like that going with them, or you can do a shot like this where the couple is walking that way and the drone is right here and you're backing up with the couple. So I'll show you how I do that at weddings. And you can also do one where you're following them behind and maybe you go up, or you're following them behind and then you start circling them. But this is called the tracking shot. So you track the couple with the drone, and it just looks cinematic when you're doing it with the drone. And you can maneuver, like, you know, you can go up, you can go really low with the drone. So that's a very it's a very slick, it's a very cinematic shot when you're doing it. So that's a shot that I use a drone for. That's one of the shots that I use a drone for, the tracking shot, when I'm tracking the couple, you know. So I'll give you some examples of that. All right, guys. Yeah, so number 3 is the backing away shot. So usually what I do is I back away and I go all the way up in the air. Usually when the couple is kissing, I tell them to kiss, or I tell them to stand there, talk to each other, and then when I say action, I tell them kiss. They kiss, but meanwhile the drone is backing away and it goes way up in the air. So it just gives it that, you know, that it's a shot that you can't do without a drone. This is a shot that you can do without a drone. So you back away and you go all the way up in the air. So this shot I use it mainly when I'm like wrapping up the video, wrapping up the highlight video, or wrapping up that part of the video that I'm wrapping up that scene. You can't put that shot when you're just introducing the couple. So I do that shot mainly when you know, trying to transition from one scene to another. Like I back out of the shot. You can back away from the couple, and also you can back away from like a location or a venue, so you can use it that way. Number 3 is the overhead shot of the couple. So how I do the overhead shot is mainly, so I position the drone where I want to position it, and then I tell the couple to walk to each other, and then they kiss, or I tell them to just or maybe they might be already together, and then I kind of like you know, tell them to interact and talk and smile and laugh. And sometimes I tell them to, like, you know, dance and twirl the bride around, stuff like that. And yeah, and the good thing with the overhead shot is, like, you could do that from up top, and you can also spin the drone while spin the drone while you're doing that shot, while the camera is the drone is overhead. Or sometimes you can just have, you can position the drone up there, you frame your shot, and then just tell the couple to walk by from one side of the from one frame to the other. So it's like, you know, it's from one side, from one point to the other point. So it just gives it that. It's cinematic, man. It's just it's amazing. I love this shot. I love this shot, but most of the times I forget to take it. But this is a good shot. Number five is the 180 shot, and I put this as number five because it's one of it's very hard to do this shot. You know, you can do this shot uh, once you get a handle of the drone, once you kind of like get used to the drone and how to control it nicely and all that stuff, you can do this shot. But it's very hard to do this shot. You know, it's like what I would advise you to do is do it slowly. And when you do it slowly, it's gonna be smooth and it's gonna look good. Just don't do it fast, because you know it's not gonna look good. So just do it slowly, position it right slowly, and then tell the couple to start maybe like, you know, interacting, kissing or dancing and stuff like that while you try and do the 180 shot around the couple. So those are the five shots that you can do with the drone at a wedding, and you can add them to your arsenal of shots that you already do at a drone. But those are my five tips on how you can use a drone at a wedding. Because when I first got a drone, I didn't know what to do with it at a wedding. So there was no specific video on how to use a drone at a wedding and the shots that you can take. So this video is from me to you. If you just got a drone and you want to know what kind of shots you can do at a wedding, or if you're trying to get a drone but want to know what kind of shots that you can do and why you need a drone at a wedding. When you get a drone, it's a big investment, but it pays itself off. You know, you can charge way more for the drone shots. Just when the couple look at the stuff that you can do with a drone, they'll pay you more. You know, they'll pay you way more than somebody who doesn't have a drone. So I really recommend that you add a drone to your arsenal. So yeah, so you gotta add a drone to your arsenal. I got a DJi 4 here. This is the Phantom 4, 4K camera. You know, some people use the Inspire, some people use the DJi 3 or whatever you can get your hands on. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, some people get expensive drones, but, you know, everybody has their own budget and how they use their money. So just as long as you can afford a drone, 1080p is still good. It's just going to give you an edge over the competition, an edge over everybody else in your city, in your town, or wherever that's not using a drone. So when couples see your shots at a wedding on how you use it, they definitely gonna want to book you. They definitely gonna want to add those shots to their video. They're definitely gonna want to get that package that has the drone, because it just adds that feel, that production level is just way up there. So please, if you can afford a drone, get a drone and charge more for the drone when you add it to one of your packages. You know, you upscale your packages, and just from one wedding, you can probably pay back what you paid. You could probably get the money back that you paid on the drone. So I would really recommend that you invest in a drone, because the shots that you're gonna take with this thing, you're gonna be like, wow, did I just take that shot? So yeah, so those are some of the shots that you can take. There's way more shots. I'll probably give you more tips as we go along. It's just gonna up your production value, and it's gonna up your prices too. I mean, you have to up your prices, and if you don't, then I'm telling you, there's no point of getting a drone. But if you do get it, up your money, up your packages, so that way you make money and the drone pays for itself. So yes, just from 3 weddings with the drone, you're probably gonna pay back. You're gonna get a return on your investment. I mean, depending on where you are in the world. But you know, I would really recommend that you invest in a drone. It's a good investment for a wedding. Okay, so thank you for watching. It's Francis with wedding videography tips, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.